Hi. I am supposed to be writing right now, but I feel unfairly irritated with Paul. Um, he's sick. He's got a migraine, and um, he can't help it. It hurts, but I feel irritated. I feel really irritated, and part of it is like I want someone fun to play with Poppy and to be around. Like I just want fun, and that's selfish of me, like a selfish reason. And the other part of me is really irritated is that he won't take care of himself. Tonight, he miraculously took Advil with Tylenol, which I read helps headaches, not necessarily migraines. But there are all these new medications and somewhat old medications for migraines that I've heard are very helpful. And you only have to take them when you have a migraine, so it's not a daily medication. And one of those new meds is lithium, which is interesting. And I'm sure it's a way lower dose than what I'm on. But it's just interesting to me because lithium is being researched for Alzheimer's and brain growth. Anyway, he will not go. He will not go to a doctor, even though we have free insurance, and he would never just do that. And so he would never find out about new medications. Because he kind of has a stick up his ass about being on drugs. And today I was like, oh, it's like someone who'll do cocaine, heroin, psychedelics, anything really, illicit, in a heartbeat, won't take a prescribed medication for your migraine headaches, which torture you. It doesn't make any sense. I'm kind of sick of it. And today, just now, I was like, I was thinking about offering you a half of Klonopin because it can help with the aches and pains because he kind of feels like achy all over, especially his jaw. Not like his whole body, but his jaw. And I was like, it would help with that. But I'm not going to offer because I know you'll say no. And he goes, thank you, though. And I went, no, I didn't offer. I mean, I'm being a bitch. Okay, now earlier today, before the headache officially came on, because he'll have like pre-headache, where sometimes it's like I'm starting to feel like I have a migraine, and then it goes away. Like I eat a good meal right away, or it just goes away. So anyway, he was like in that pre-headache migraine stage, and he's also been off weed for about a week, and he's taking my psychiatrist's 30-day challenge. So to not smoke weed. And Paul's ambivalent about his habit, and he was like, I'm gonna do it. Like when the stash runs out, I'll do it. So that's where we're at. And he's been off it for a week, and he seemed like normal until today. And all of a sudden, I'm in the kitchen. He comes zooming down the hallway. And he throws his arms out, and he's like, "We have everything." He's like, I don't remember what he said. He's like, and I don't remember. It was like I feel nothing, or I can't enjoy it, something like that. And I was like, that's really sad. And he's like, and I was like, maybe you're going through like a detox, and you're feeling a lot of pain that's bubbling up, or maybe it's just part of your depression. I don't know. And then I felt like I was saying too much because he started tearing up. So I gave him a hug and just rubbed his back. And I regretted saying the things I said because I felt like I was being overly like advice, like, well, maybe it's this and maybe it's that. Like, because him showing, like, acting like that sparked so much in me. I was like, oh my God, like, he's acting emotionally, crying and making a statement like, I'm so unhappy, or like, that's a little scary, but so we hugged. It was a long hug. And then he drifts into the living room. And eventually I drift into the living room. He's interacting with Poppy. We get a moment where Poppy's busy. And I was like, it was interesting that you showed emotion to me. Like that. He also said he was sad. He said he was sad. I think he said he was too sad to enjoy it, or maybe it was after that. When his eyes started welling up, he said he was sad. So now we're in the living room, and I'm like, you showed emotion. Like, you said you were sad and that you're having a hard time, and that you were kind of unzipped. And he was like, what, like a tweaker? I don't know why he said that. I was like, no, like a human being, like being vulnerable, showing themselves. And he went for a minute, like real snide. And so that bothered me. But I didn't pursue it because he got sicker and sicker the other day. We went to hibachi. He was like, let's go to hibachi. Like, maybe if I have protein. Like, that's his big thing is protein. And, like, I actually have seen it help him go from that pre-headache to, like, halting it if he has a good meal. It does seem to have an effect on him. So we drive off to there, and we have a nice meal. Oh, we're like halfway there, and Poppy's like, I left my iPad outside. We have to go get it. And I would have been like, tough titties. But Paul's like, we should go back and get it because it could freeze. It's like 25 degrees out. So I was like, so we turn around, drive back to our house, get that. Now we're driving back toward Midori. And Paul's like, that might have been fatal for my headache. And it could be the difference between not getting one, or my migraine, not getting a full-blown migraine and getting one. And I was kind of like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, I don't feel love in these moments. When maybe I should, like, a cold-hearted woman. It's annoying to see someone not take care of themselves, though. I think that's what it boils down to. If he was going to a doctor... Anyway, we go to the hibachi place. The meal is nice and fine. We chat somewhat. Like, it's a kind of table where he's kind of far away from me. Everything's cool. And I start telling him about that which is only since yesterday, my incontinence has reduced a lot. And I think they had another weird lithium thing. And, maybe talking about piss at dinner table is not great. And I can appreciate that. But the thing is that I was talking, because it was kind of a revelation to me at that moment. I was like, I've been able to pee normally today. And yesterday I lowered my dose. Like, could it be? My Dr. Allen, psychiatrist, is giving me a referral to a urologist because he wasn't making the connection. I just Googled, and there's a big connection. So anyway, I wanted to tell Paul this, and he's like listening to me like with dead eyes, like, and then drifting his head over repeatedly. And finally I yelled, "Who are you looking at?" And he goes, "Oh, what?" I was like, "You keep turning your head over while I'm talking to you." And he's like, "Oh, just the TV." So then I turn, and I'm like, the TV's kind of far away, like behind the bar. Like, I know TV can really pull your eyes, but it didn't seem like it'd be that. I don't know. I'm not, but maybe he wasn't, maybe that's what it was. I mean, I don't think it was like some hot babe. It didn't seem like there were any hot babes around of his type. So I think he was just zoning out, but his head was really turning. Like it was more than zoning. Like it was an effort. Like he was looking at something. Maybe it was the TV, but that's rude. And he was like, "I'm sorry." He said sorry. And what did you want to talk about? And I was like, never mind, I don't feel like it. And but then he was like, come on. I was like, all right. So I told him. And okay. And dinner we finished up. Then we're driving home. And then I'm talking about something. Oh, I can't remember what I was talking about. It's not like anything heavy. And I just got the feeling that he wasn't listening. And I was like, did you hear anything I said? And he was like, what? And I was like, well, I was talking about, ABC. He's like, I didn't hear it. And I was like, so I was like, I know he doesn't feel well. So I kind of like just am quiet. He said sorry, but I don't feel good about anything. So I'm just in silence, kind of waiting for him to say, well, what were you talking about? Like, what did you want to say? And that didn't happen. And then we came home, and then I convinced him to take the 2 drugs, the 2 over-the-counter meds, and now he's laying down. And now I'm writing, and Poppy's watching videos, and I feel guilty for writing when she's not with Poppy, and he's not with her. She said she's fine. I don't know. I feel weird, and of course, I've just spent all this time talking to you that hopefully I can upload. And I think I'm getting to the cutoff mark for YouTube. So I know I'm being a bitch because I know he doesn't feel well, but he's kind of an asshole for not seeking real medical attention. That's the conclusion. Thank you.